On the line, joining in the morning hustle, we have the senior advisor to the president and director of the Office of Public Engagement. One time for Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Thank you. It's so nice to talk to you all this morning.
Yo, it's great to talk to you because a lot of people are excited. The president announced that there was going to be this debt consolidation, and a lot of people don't even understand what this means, how they can get it, how it affects them. Help us break it down.
Well, it's actually debt cancellation. So student loan debts will be canceled $10,000 if you make less than $125,000 a year, $250,000 if you are a married couple, $20,000 in student debt cancellation if you receive the Pell Grant. And I know this would have been life-changing for me as a student who had student loans. So I know for many people across this country, this is going to make a tremendous difference. For a lot of people, this will mean that their student loan debts will be completely canceled.
And why exactly did y'all come up with the number of 10,000, 20,000? Why was it that number?
So there was a lot of consideration given to this. And when Joe Biden was then candidate Joe Biden, he said that he thought that there should be student loan relief. And so in consultation with his advisors and being very thoughtful and deliberate, this was the number that he thought was the appropriate number based on there are a lot of factors. You've got to look at what the country can bear just in terms of the relief as a whole. And this was a number that the president thought to be fair, and he knows that it will give a tremendous amount of relief for a number of people. Again, it's going to mean complete student loan cancellation. I know that there were a lot of people who were asking for a whole lot more, but this is a significant step. And it will make a tremendous difference. And what I remind people, for those who said this was not enough, is certainly more than we had 2 days ago. So $10,000, $20,000 will make a big difference to up to 43 million people in this country if everyone who's eligible applies.
All right. Now, for those that are now joining us, we're talking to Keisha Lance Bottoms now. She's the senior advisor to the president and director of the Office of Public Engagement. Now, are current students eligible for debt relief as well, or is it just for people who kind of already, been through that process?
Current students are eligible. If you received a student loan 1st, 2022, then you certainly are eligible. Also, the president has placed a cap on how much of someone's income will go towards student loan payments. And after 10 years, there will be complete debt cancellation. So people need to make sure that they go to studentaid.gov/debt relief to get additional information. There's a landing page on the U.S. Department of Education's website as well. There will be a process where you have to fill out some information. So I want to remind people this won't be automatic cancellation. You're going to have to fill out some information, and that information will be forthcoming. So please spread it to all of your networks. Make sure you go to that website and make sure that you apply.
Now, I know it's one step at a time, right? But how likely are we to see the debt forgiveness plan turn into free or more affordable schooling program?
Well, the president has been very clear as vice president, as a candidate, and still as president, that he believes that community colleges should be free across the board. So that's not a step that he can take in by himself. He has to have the support of Congress in doing that. But he believes there is a right to an education that we all should be able to take advantage of, and we shouldn't be limited based on our income.
For those that are now joining us, we're talking to Keisha Lance Bottoms now. She's the senior advisor to the president and director of the Office of Public Engagement.
Well, some people that paid off their loans felt as though it wasn't fair because they're not receiving the same amount of money because theirs are already paid off. Do you think that they should be upset about this, or because I'm a little confused at how come they're not getting the $10,000 too, because they had a debt as well?
Well, you can put me on that list. I paid off my $31,000 in student loans. And I quite honestly, on the front end, I didn't know how I would feel about that, but I am so happy that this relief is coming. And I think that, it's a situation where we all do what we need to do based with what we have in front of us. For me, it was paying off my student loans, but that doesn't mean that I begrudge anybody else who's getting some relief, because it was hard paying off those student loans, and it took a really, really long time and a big dent in my pocket to pay those loans off. But
Right.
I'm so happy that students coming after me and families won't be faced with the same burdens that my husband and I were faced with. So, don't hate, celebrate.
All right. Well, yo, Keisha Lance Bottoms, thank you so much for pulling up on us and, breaking it down.
You need to make those T-shirts. Don't hate, celebrate. I think that's good T-shirts for you to make.
All right, now I want my cut on those shirts if anybody else puts them out there.
We're sending it to the printing press now. One time for Keisha Lance Bottoms. Thank you so much, Queen.
Thank you.
We are the Morning Hustle.